What's up guys, my name's Tom, welcome back to another video, here back to my F1 2020 My Team Career Mode episode 7, and today is time for the jewel of the calendar, the Monaco Grand Prix. If you haven't watched the previous episode, it was last week. I'm so sorry for the lack of career mode videos, but we are back, and in these last few days I was a bit busy, so I hope you guys understand. But before jumping into Monaco, we have some things to do. One of our sponsors' contract expired, I think it was the PST one, so we have to choose another one. We have several ones as always, which is pretty impressive because we are just a team which we didn't we are just in the first half of the season, and we have plenty of options, but I decided to go with this one. Answer at least 2 interview options. It's the easiest one and it gives plenty of money considering the objective, so I think it's the most reasonable one, and we have some time left on the table before jumping into the streets of the Principal. We're going to start with the G-Force training. I said that I want us to invest a lot in Luca to see if he can improve, and then invest in the aero team building, a fun and team event, and a driver promotion filming, and that is going to help us out as always. But like I said, I really want to help Luca to improve his pace and to see how he's going to do at the end of the season. I'm expecting to be like in 80 in terms of performance, and we'll see if he can score points. I think he's not going to score points maybe in the first half of the season, but I'm expecting big things, or not big things, good things in the second half of the season. If he doesn't provide a good result, it's time to put out of the team, but I think I'm not going to fire him just now. And before jumping into Monaco, as you can see, we're changing the look of our car. I think it's time to give a brand new, fresh look to our Tom Motorsport car, and the suit as well. A helmet, I think I already changed at the start of the Dutch Grand Prix. I didn't told you by the way, but I think you guys noticed. Because you always watching my helmet when you are in my POV. But we're going to buy a failed durability upgrade. I think it's for the gearbox, and we're going to buy a new chassis upgrade, and that is going to be ready, if I'm not wrong, for the next episode, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So fingers crossed that is going to get in the car in time, and we're going to buy some plugs in order to improve our performance and get more resource points and get less wear in the car, which I think is a part that we're going to struggle. At the moment we don't have any grid penalties. We completed the mandatory 6 races with the gearbox, and we just have a little problem that was losing a gear in last episode's Spanish Grand Prix. So the gearbox durability is really good. I was really happy to do the 6 races without any major gearbox issue, or maybe risking a DNF, which wasn't the case. But we're going to get some grid penalties, obviously, of the course of the next races, but not for now. We are in our second power unity mostly when it comes to components, and we are good for now. And in terms of the performance chart, we are still behind Haas, but we're getting closer and closer to the midfield, guys. The lights of the Toro Rossos, the Racing Point, the Renaults and McLarens. So it doesn't look that we're making progress, but don't worry, we're getting closer to these guys, and we make an embarrassing mistake on practicing, and we're blocking Bottas. And yeah, the typical bottle. I did this in my last year's career mode in season 1, back in my Toro Rosso days. I did the same thing. It was at a novel chicane. And now this year, the same thing repeats, tagging the rear tire, but this time at the entry of Braskas. It's pretty embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, but we're going to press on. We've been doing practice. Pace has been really good around here. As you can see, we're running this episode still with the silver Mercedes because I recorded this episode last week before being busy over the course of this week. So yeah, you're going to have the silver Mercedes for the last time in this career mode. So enjoy while you can. If you're a fan of the silver Mercedes, me is quite a contrary. The black Mercedes looks really good. Pace on practice was really good. We finished higher on the order because we just did the qualifying sim program, so that's not going to be the position that we're going to cross the line today. But it's qualifying time at Monaco, the most important qualifying session of the year for many people, or maybe should be for everyone, because track position at this track means absolutely everything. You can start on pole position, drive like a grandma, and you can still win the race. I'm gonna give you an example. I can take a pole position in a Williams, in the spec Williams, and I can still win the race because the car has a good straight line speed. Is a thing that you need, especially for this straight here, to not get the risk of being overtaken. So across the line is a 112.9, a lot of time left on the table. Going into the first corner, twitching the wheels, can see a bit of understeer, getting a little bit crazy. We're going to improve on our second lap by less than a tenth of a second, and will improve any position? No, we're still behind our teammate Luca Giotto, but it's a question of doing laps and laps, because there's always time left on the table around this track. There's always something that you can improve. As you can see through the back, a brilliant run on our fourth lap on a brand new set of soft tires, throw the car through the chicane. Amazing lap that is been 4/10 up, and we're so close to hit the wall in the exit of the swimming pool chicane, and through the last corner opened the DRS, didn't mount the cup, so that is going to allow us to improve by 0.5 of a second, and we are in P17, but we're still in the knockout position of Q1. But that lap was crazy, so good, always on the limits, and I decided to commit really aggressively to Tabac, which sometimes it can end really badly. Tabac is a spectacular corner, but you need to have so much confidence on the car to throw the car in and get the best lap time as you can. And this time, as you can see, I missed the apex. I was a little bit scared, but nonetheless, we are improving by 1/10 of a second. Full commitment into the chicane. Yeah, a little bit of a corner cut, but we are running with novel corner cutting rules, so that's okay. And we are improving 0.3 of a second, so gaining a lot of time through Raskas and the cross line. Will it be enough to get us through into Q2? At the moment, it is by setting P13, and we are just behind the two Hasses. And we set the third set of soft tires, but we go through the novel chicane, and we made a mistake, and that's unfortunately the end of our qualifying, because there's just 20 seconds to go, and unfortunately it's not going to be enough to get us through into Q2. But I don't know, this qualifying session was really wild. I was feeling so confident with the car, and the first lap on the second set of soft tire were absolutely it was outrageous. I was feeling so confident with the car. It's just me and the car fused into just one. I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say, but P18 it is. We're going to start in this position for the Monaco Grand Prix, so points are going to be hard, even harder for our teammate Luca Giotto, always performing badly in these last few races. But we're going to give the benefit of the doubt, like I said, in these next few races. But now it's time for the jewel of the calendar, the Monaco Grand Prix. Are we going to be stuck in P18 for the whole race? We'll see.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863. And, of course, a certain road race, first held here in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars climb around 40 metres up through Beau Rivage, onto the casino, and then descending down towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners here, 7 to the left and 11 to the right. There's one single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Now, can I talk to you about Sebastian Vettel? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Stroll, Perez, Norris, and Carlos Sainz. Kvyat, Raikkonen, Esteban Ocon, and Grosjean, Verstappen, Gasly, Kevin Magnussen, and Thomas. Giovinazzi, Latifi, Giotto, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Thanks, Jeff. That is going to be really hard, by considering that we're starting P18 in a track which I think is the hardest one to overtake. But welcome, guys, to the Monaco Grand Prix. Strategy-wise, is going to be a medium-hard strategy. That is really weird, because using the hard tires at Monaco, I think is not the best idea. So I think I'm going to commit with a medium soft strategy, but we have a lot of work to do in these mediums in these next few laps. Favorite light for the Monaco Grand Prix, and the way we're going. It was a very good start against Kevin Magnussen and the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly, but we're going to have available the outside line Verstappen with a grid penalty way down the order, and we're going to run inside not just of Magnussen but of Gasly as well, and we get up 2 positions in the space of 1 corner. So it's been a good start considering the track that we are, and the start of the AI in this year's game are a little bit weak. So we take to lead advantage of that, and Verstappen already cleared the Renault over Esteban Ocon, and now we have to set behind. Can we dive down inside? No, that is too risky, and remember that is a Renault, a much stronger car than the Tom Motorsport car, and through the low Zeppen we can see some yellow flags because everyone is going so slow. Look at this, Alfa Romeo going on the inside. Our teammate tried, under threat of the wheels of Nicholas Latifi, tried to hold a run outside. Now he's going to have the inside line, managed to giving a little bit of a squeeze. Come on, Luca, not be last place, and he's going to have the inside line, and he should be, and no, actually Latifi managed to pass a run outside through Mirabo, so what a nice move from the Williams. So in this early stage my teammate is struggling quite a bit, and we skip forward to back to our POV in the later stages of our second lap. Lewis Hamilton setting the pace, leading this race in a league of his own. The Mercedes looking very, very strong, and I'm already starting to think how I'm going to overtake Ocon. At the moment it seems that the Raskas is the best option available, because the swimming pool chicane we managed to carry a lot of speed against the AI, and we managed to get a lot of momentum at the entry of Raskas. But at the moment we are behind the train, led by Roman Grosjean in the Haas, and Verstappen should be fuming on his Red Bull because he can't pass that Haas because he doesn't have the straight line speed. Remember that Haas has a Ferrari engine, and the Ferrari power is pretty decent in this game, because at the moment we don't have the patch that fixes the performance in terms of real life, and Grosjean getting a little bit loosey-goosey at the exit of Portier. I was saying that it was Mirabo, so apologies that it is Portier, and a lot of oversteer. As you can see, I'm trying to push the cars out as I can, try to keep Ocon and try to get a good momentum, because he is not going to be, because that's for sure contact, because these cars are so much larger in nowadays Formula 1 that a dive on the yellow Zeppen is basically impossible. You need to be so confident with the car. But we're going to press on, still lap 7, stuck behind Ocon, but this is the part of the track where Andil gets a little bit loosey-goosey. As you can see, we're going to try to take a wider line. As you can see, I've been trying to do this for the last few laps, but I can't get the traction right. I can't get the traction perfect enough to get alongside the Frenchman, and we're still stuck behind. One lap later, can we do this time? And we're going to try to on the inside through Raskas. That is so close, but I decided to back off, and it's really hard to make a move on the inside of Raskas. If I was on F1 2014, that would be a super easy move, but remember, this is F1 2020. The AI improved so much that of course of the years that now an overtaker Raskas is basically a very hard thing to do. So maybe we have to stick with strategy of taking a wider line, and this time we get it right, and we're going on the inside through the last corner of Esteban Ocon, and we've been released off the Renault, and we are in P15 of this Monaco Grand Prix with a nice switchback on the French, and we're going to watch the replay. So a nice wider line, and we almost get T-boned by Daniel Kvyat, it looks like, and that by that replay camera, and we squeeze so much Ocon that he's going to get vulnerable to Daniel Kvyat. Will the Russian try something around outside through the first corner? No, he's going to stay behind of the French, and he leaves the fight for another day. But we're going to watch Ocon's POV. Like I said, I tried to take a wider line, and it was absolutely worth it. And I was studying this move, I can say, preparing, for the last 6 laps, and that was so close to Ocon until this fronting. So it was really on the edge. I managed. I really wanted to push him to make sure that he wouldn't come back, because I want this to be the last time that we're going to see the Renault in this race. And now next victim, Max Verstappen, and we're actually getting closer and closer to him, because at the moment it is on the soft tires, and maybe this can be the stage of the race where the softs are starting to wear out, and the mediums are the fastest tire, and Verstappen brake checked us because he was going into the pits. That was so close to lose a bit of our front wing. The soft runners actually are pitting, so no surprise that we're getting faster and faster than Verstappen, because the soft tires are getting to the end of his life cycle. And there he is, Verstappen behind Lando Norris and Sergio Perez, and he fits the medium tires, and I think that is the best strategy that you could get around here, starting on the softs and then across the line with the mediums. Will it be a 2-stop? We've seen very silly strategy by the AI in the Monaco Grand Prix, where it do a 2-stop, which is not worth it. But at the moment it is Valtteri Bottas that is leading the Grand Prix, but I believe Hamilton is winning. I think he already pitted. So there he is, the silver Mercedes, by the way. Enjoy it while we can, because it's going to be the last race of this career mode without the black Mercedes. But going back to our POV, focusing on our race, at the moment we are in the points in P9, and ahead of us is Roman Grosjean, that was really slow in the early stages, and massive dive bomb on the inside through the first corner. What a beautiful move, so aggressive on Grosjean, and yeah, he lost so much momentum that now it was overtaken by Esteban Ocon, but that was so disgusting. Jesus. Okay, his POV. Oh my god, that was so disgusting. Apologies to that. That was a toxic move, I can say, but I gotta make these moves because maybe that will be the last overtake opportunity for the rest of the race on Grosjean. So while I had good pace against him, I got to send the moves. And this is what Esteban Ocon now making his stop. He's starting the same set of tires as well for the Toro Rosso, and Roman Grosjean the Haas as well. And he's going to fit the hot tires. The schedule strategy that Jeff gave me in the pre-race, which I think is not the best strategy, and Luca is going to do the strategy as well. He's going to fit the HUDs and he's going till the end of Grand Prix. But I took a decision. I'm going to pit, and we skip all the way forward on lap 21 because it's been a boring race from then on, because I've been in a league of my own. But I committed to fit the soft tires in the closing stages of the race, and here we are on lap 22, and Alexander Albon is on our chaff. He already made his stop, and we've been holding up him from now on, basically. That Red Bull has been catching us by like 2 seconds a lap. A faster car plus the better tires, that's what you get. But we get a poor run onto Raskas, and Albon is going to dive down inside, but he gets a poor traction, and he's going to the pits, as you can see. I don't know why Albon is going to. I think he has some front wing damage, so I am almost sure that he made contact with us at Raskas because I ran wide. Maybe we did some contact, and there he is. His race is absolutely ruined. So we're going to watch his POV and see what happened. Probably, like I said, I'm almost sure that he made contact with us, and as you can see, I braked a little bit later, and I ran deep as well, which I brake a little bit early, I should say. And I run deep, but it wasn't expected for me to brake a little bit early because I'm struggling with the tires at the moment. I think my tire wear is like 60-odd%, which is a lot for a low tire wear track like Monaco. But we drift into the pits at the end of lap 28, and finally we get released of these medium tires. We're going to dress a brand new set of soft tires, and we're going till the end of Grand Prix in the red stripe tire. But now here comes the tricky part of this Grand Prix. If we want to score points, which is going to be really hard, we gotta make the moves. We are starting the points P14, as you can see. Will it be P15? I'm still waiting. Yes, it is P15 because one of the AlphaTauris overtook us. But these guys are on the hard tires with a few laps, like 10 or 15 laps, and I'm with the soft tires, and they don't have none laps. So maybe we can get the fastest lap. I'm pushing as hell now because I think we have a chance. We might have a chance to overtake these guys. We already cleared Gasly, so apologies I didn't show in the editing, so apologies for that. But bang, fastest lap, and we're definitely on the pace, and we are already in the chaff of Esteban Ocon, gaining and gaining. Will he dive down inside through the chicane? It's going to be really risky. Just closes the door, and that was so close, and to put our race to an early end and lose a bit of front wing, and our charge would be over on this Monaco Grand Prix. So we have to leave the fight for another day. But remember, this is the section of the track where we are really strong. We always get so much better momentum against the eye, and we're going to make a massive dive on inside through the Raskas, on inside of Esteban Ocon, and that's us into P13. So a beautiful move on the Frenchman in a part of the track where I tried to overtake him on the inside when I was on the medium tires, but this time with the much better tires, with so much confidence. Now in these softs we got through, and we are in P14, but we have a long way to go on the points. First we have a Sapon, which is going to be really tricky because this is a Red Bull. Then we have both racing points, and then we are at the points to overtake these guys. But remember, these soft tires might start to get to the end of this life cycle in the last 3 laps, so it's going to be really risky. We have to make the moves as fast as we can because these soft tires are going to start to fade away a little bit. But now we have a safety car, as you can see, because Kevin Magnussen is out of the Monaco Grand Prix, and this is going to mean great news for us because at the end of the safety car everyone is going to get bunched up, and maybe this can get a chance to have a good restart once the safety car gets in. But at the same time I'm a little bit worried because there's just little laps to go in this Grand Prix, and as you can see, full laps to go in this Grand Prix, and the safety car is still on, and I'm a little bit worried at the moment because we are running out of laps. We're going to run out of opportunities. The race is not going to finish behind the safety car, but maybe it's going to be a 4 or 3 lap sprint on this Grand Prix, going so slow through the low Zeppelin. As you can see, my goodness, I've never seen the cars going so slow at the low Zeppelin. But yeah, it is lap 37. It's the end of the safety car, and we're getting underway for a 3 lap sprint on this Monaco Grand Prix, and I tried to get it the best exit as I could against Verstappen. These tires are starting to fade away a little bit, but I'm going to do everything in my power to score some points, and yeah, the opportunities to get P10 at least are vanishing away, because we just have at the moment 3 laps to make 3 moves on Verstappen and both racing points, and at the moment things are not looking like to accomplish the points finish, but we're going to do everything that we can. And Verstappen going a little bit slow through the low zap, and then we're going to make a massive dive down inside, going briefly on the neutral, so just see how aggressive I was in the downshifts, but that's us into P12 with an overtake in a place which I thought it was impossible for me to do. But there he is, we overtook a Red Bull in the slowest corner of the F1 calendar, and we are in P12, but we're getting some blue flags, because, and there is our teammate. We're going to lap down. We're going to lap, I should say, our teammate Luca Kyoto, and unfortunately didn't held up a racing point, so definitely not teamwork here, but he is a good lad, and he lets me through. And let's try to push on Sergio Perez, which is not going to be the case, because we run wide through the back corner, where you have to be so confident, and I said this on qualifying, and we lost a bit of our front wing, so that's the end of getting points in this race. And now we are under pressure of Verstappen, because we're losing time with this guy. We're losing time because of the front wing damage, I should say, and Verstappen is going to eat on the inside through the Novo chicane, and he can't make the move. Made a little bit of contact. I managed to squeeze him a little bit harshly, giving a taste of his own medicine, and now he's going side by side with Esteban Ocon, because we lost a lot of momentum, especially him through the exit, and Esteban Ocon gets in, but it's not going to give him any points. But that was a good overtake on the Red Bull, and about us is going to be P12. Lewis Hamilton in the legal zone wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Once again he wins, and we're going to cross the line in P12, but I think it was worth a shot, this strategy.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
It's the one that everyone wants to win, and they've only gone and done it. What a fantastic result here at Monaco. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
A crazy race finish, but there is no points at the end of the day at Monaco after a great point streak in the last 3 races, but there he is. I'm really happy with the result. We start in P18 and gain 6 places in a track where it's really hard to overtake, and Verstappen finishing P14. He was overtaken by Ocon, but that overtake at the low Zeppen was absolutely fantastic, and then I lost that bit of front wing. I was pushing as hard as I could. I was outside of the point, so it wouldn't matter that much, so I decided to risk, and we lost that bit of front wing, and then Verstappen tried to go on his side through the Novo chicane, I should say, and I decided to have none of it. You can get in the bin max, and I squeezed him very aggressively. Yes, it was a bit harsh for me, but like I said, it was just for pride. But in the championship standings, Hamilton stretching his lead, and we are in P14 with the same 11 points that we got in the last episode, and that we had since the last episode, and Alfa Romeo overtook us after a nice weekend. So we are in P9 in the constructors, and we are ahead of Haas and Williams. So at the moment, I think I'm really happy where we are at the moment. But guys, that has been episode 7 of my F1 2020 My Team Guru mode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you do, make sure to smash like and scratch, and if you want to see plenty more Formula 1 content, really motivates me to make more, and things are going really nicely for us in this My Team Guru mode. I really want to thank to you guys for the support that you guys are giving to this channel. I really appreciate that, and if you could share this video with your friends, it would be really good. Next episode is going to be the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. So I'll see you guys for playing the video next time.